Saturday, folks. The work week is over. We have a weather window filling in today that'll bring us around Point Conception. And then we will be in Southern California. Cannot wait. I cannot wait. Today is Saturday, the 17th of September. The red is 22 knots and it's dying. So we do want to get moving. We don't want to miss it because otherwise we can't really do anything with all that blue. So today's the day. We are going around the point and into Southern California. Yip, yip. Bruce does this really lovely thing where he likes to stand exactly in the most inconvenient location, right in the way. And then if you bump him by accident, struggling to get around him, he gives you the dirtiest stink eye. A sassy boy.
I'm ready to get out of here. It's been good. I like Morro Bay, but I'm ready to be further south.
Holy shit, there's so many. It's been so long since we've been close all that I almost forget what to do with the main. Almost. It is so peaceful out here. We got a surprising 10 knots of wind on our, we're going close hull, so that's a surprise. But we're going five knots, so maybe a little bit, 06, maybe a little bit of tacking today. But that's okay. The sun is shining, the waves are long periods, so they're just rolly, and the sound of the water is just like whoosh, whoosh. If only we had autopilot, we could just sit back and relax and enjoy, but maybe a little too relaxing as the wind started to die and we were going slower and slower. We have no wind, so that's surprising. And we threw on our engine and it overheated. So now we're just drifting towards that land. What you can't see is the underwater rocks and reefs that we're getting a little close for comfort. We had to get control over Kiana so that we could get her away from the rocks or else risk running aground. Well, there's a lot of seaweed in Morro Bay, like seagrass. And we pulled some out of the strainer before we left, but we're thinking maybe some got through and it's clogging our system, and that's why we're overheating. Definitely less than ideal. Can't steer because we don't have any speed, so.
You hear that?
Yeah.
You can hear the bubbles coming out.
Oh yeah, they're coming out the back.
So I had to cut my dinghy pump, the valve off of it, but I was able to put some pressure into the line and hopefully it has cleared the clog. Hopefully.
Let's see if that worked. I don't see water. No.
We better get the spinnaker set up so we can turn the boat.
Yeah, but aren't we in the wrong direction for the spinnaker?
We just need to be sailing somewhere away from shore. I don't care where.
It can never just be easy, can it? this work. You got us some speed.
Yeah, we're moving.
At least we won't drift into rocks. Now we'll just drift into the unknown. So that's good.
Do we keep going south around the point and get to slow, somewhere new, somewhere with more boat parts, I've noticed? Or do we go back? Morro Bay has like a really decent anchorage. I think slow is a little more exposed.
Maybe we could rope one of these like sea lions and get him to tow us to slow. Or a whale. A whale would get us faster.
Really come around on the sea lions, eh?
Yeah, I don't hate them so much here. Hey, sir, do you mind helping us out? Please? We'll throw you a line and you could tow us. I'll give you some snacks. Snacks! Well, it seems like we have 7 knots of wind now, which is a lot more than we had before. And it seems to be on a broad reach. Sorry, on our beam right here, so we can swizzle around and we can go towards slow. And then if for some magical heavenly reason the wind fills in and actually does what it was supposed to do today, maybe we'll go all the way to Santa Barbara.
We would really like to get to Southern California.
So we cranked the boat to the left, and as best as we could, with 5 knots of boat speed, we head towards St. Louis Obispo, also known as slow.
All right, we've got 9 knots, close haul. We're going 5.7. I'm feeling good about it. I think we made the right call. For some reason, I don't feel seasick going in this direction. So it's nice we're slowing down because it really lets Ben and I have some in-depth conversation and open up to each other and have conversations of like those 2 domes, whether or not they're a nuclear power plant or a sculpture of boobies. It's really important for us to be bonding.
Those are nipples. Those are freaking rocket nipples.
They're like yours.
They're like mine. Maybe that's my boobies. All right, so I'm getting a little bit seasicky feeling, trying to work on the engine while we're underway here, but yeah, I was able to use the mirror and see that the impeller's all there. It's all good. So the only other possibility that makes sense to me is the line from the strainer to the water pump. So I'm gonna take that off and see what happens. All right, so impeller's fine. I've cleared all the lines leading up to the impeller. Strainer's clear. I also just noticed that the rubber gasket that goes between the strainer lid and the strainer bucket was on the engine compartment floor. So that must have fallen out, and I'm thinking when we cleared the seaweed last time that must have fallen out. We put it back together, and maybe without that seal there, I thought that was just a water seal. Well, I guess it is, but maybe without that seal, the system wasn't pressurized and wasn't pulling water from the sea anymore. It was just pulling air probably into there because it wasn't airtight, it wasn't pressurized. So that would be best case scenario here. So let's see what happens. Allie's gonna fire it up for me.
For now?
Yeah. No? Damn it.
Maybe you're onto something with the seal then.
No, because I put it back. It's there now.
But maybe there's a different seal that's not making a tight connection, so it's not...
Ooh, listen to that. What's that noise all about? Maybe there's an airlock. You want to try it again? Water's coming through. Yeah! Expect my good work.
Oh. All right. Well, we get to go back to our original plan of going to Coho Anchorage on the other side of the point. We have our engine working, woohoo! Which means that we can use it, although we're not going to. It's great to have the engine in case things do get gnarly around the point conception, but for now we're happy to not use it. We are a little bit behind schedule, which means we'll be doing an overnighter today. So after dinner, I'll probably try to get a nap in. But yeah. Highs and lows of sailing, man. Highs and lows of sailing. Back to the dreamy lifestyle. And I'm gonna focus on steering before Ben gets mad at me. Oh, thank you. Yum. Well done.
Dolphins are back.
I wish I could go hang out with them, but I'm already multicast.
Yahoo! Yeah, guys. Welcome back.
Man, I don't think Ben or I are ever gonna get tired of seeing dolphins play in our bow wake. They're just so joyful. And if you stand inside our V-berth, you can actually hear the sounds that they're making to each other loud and clear. It like reverberates through the boat.
Feels good to be underway again. Sunshine on our face. We got breeze, dolphins at the bow. This day's really turned around. I was a little bit annoyed earlier, but yeah, we got the engine running so we can do what we want to do again and not have to sort of go to the nearest port and figure that out. All good, baby.
For those of you who have been following along, you know about our Autopilot saga. And yes, last episode we were able to go and pick it up. But unfortunately, since we work during the week, weekends are usually a choice between cruising or boat jobs. So we did have our Autopilot, however, this night passage had to be steered by hand since we didn't have time yet to install it.
Well, we are here. It is 3 a.m. and we made it to Coho Anchorage on the other side of Point Conception. So we are officially in Southern California. It's surprising how calm this anchorage is, considering that I can hear it gusting, but the point wasn't too bad. It was like 8 knots of wind the whole way around. When we did get to the point, it was like 15 gusts, but it was fine. Got in here and the fish were incredible. I went to the bow to check for mooring buoys, and the bioluminescence of like these schools of fish that are just like trying to dart out of the way. It looked like when you break ice and it just like spreads. Like, it was crazy. Anyway, I'm ready for bed. Like a real sleep. Ben's already in bed, so, and I gotta go to bed. Sleep well, folks. Welcome to the ranch. It's, I think,
almost 1 p.m., 12:30. We arrived at 3 a.m. last night. Made it around Point Conception, even though we thought a couple times that we wouldn't make it. It was very light winds last night, I think like 8 knots of wind. We motored most of it, but waking up here is well worth it. Coho Anchorage is nicknamed the ranch because the coastline is owned by a couple of massive ranches. They don't like people trespassing to get to the waves, so if you want to go surf this area, you do have to get there by boat, which means it's not usually busy. It's absolutely beautiful, and the novelty of having it to ourselves made it so much sweeter. The best part about it, this is a surf wave. This is also a surf wave. And this is a surf wave. And with not much swell in the water for coming from the south, these seem to be small but working, which is exactly what I'm after. Wow, this is really nice. We made it to Southern California, babies! Woo! Would you look at that? That calls for 3-2 wetsuit. Oh, we're getting warmer every day.
And we woke up in Southern California to sunshine, 19.5 degrees Celsius water, and I can literally paddle to that surf break back there. Where is everybody? It's like wave right off the boat. Couldn't even launch the thing this morning. So didn't know that when we set the hook. We just set the hook where it looked like it was safe. Turns out, perfectly positioned to paddle off the boat.
Sun is out, the waves are coming in, there's no wind, there's a beautiful anchorage like 70 meters from where we're surfing, and there's nobody out. I'm so happy that places like this still exist. Now what?
That's it, sell the boat, dream accomplished.
On to the next dream.
Didn't think we'd get it here in California, but we did it, we did. We surfed off the boat, didn't even need the dinghy, just 100 meters.
Paddled out.
Paddled ashore. Pretty warm water, 20 degrees Celsius.
Had it all to ourselves.
I consider that warm water. All to ourselves, and it wasn't just a beach break, it was a friggin' pretty nice point break.
I'm into the point break thing. I'm particularly a lazy surfer. And you don't have to paddle past the break, you can just paddle around it. I was like, I'm into this. Rancheros for when we're at the ranch. Shout out to Don Cutler, our new patron. Thanks for joining the team, Don. Wondering why our stanchions are bent? Why don't you watch that episode where we get knocked down right here? And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. See you at the next episode.